Welcome to night 2 of WrestleMania, which are kicking off here with the men's fatal 4-way Money in the Bank ladder match. And out first is a man who over on SmackDown since making his debut has been undefeatable in Bron Breakker. And what I recommend you go back and check out the kickoff show and also night 1 of WrestleMania here on the channel. And while kicking off night 2 here is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, similar to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match on on the kickoff show. It's going to be a fatal 4-way match. Bron Breakker starting this one off or making his way out here first of all on night 2 of WrestleMania. I recommend you go back and check out all the action across the kickoff show on night 1, especially the main events of those. Yeah, I recommend you go check them out. But this one's going to be great. Bron Breakker in action. You already know the second participant's going to be in this one. If you watched Raw, you'll know who the second man's going to be. And we're going to find out here in a second. The other two are going to be surprises for these two here tonight. And out second is a man we already knew who was going to be in this one in El Idolo Andrade. And what can he become Mr. Money in the Bank here tonight at WrestleMania? Well, Andrade, was stranger to Money in the Bank ladder matches all those years ago, back I believe in 2018, I believe it was, him and Finn Balor with that sunset flip powerbomb at the top of the ladder. They almost, could have ended the career Finn Balor with. It was a very vicious maneuver, and that's when Andrade made his return to WWE. That's what sent Finn Balor over the edge. All those memories of what happened, obviously Finn Balor and Andrade had a feud going on Monday Night Raw in the past few months. Obviously Finn Balor then took this essentially to Damien Priest after kicking him out the Judgment Day, and then losing to Damien Priest in the fourth category match for the Elimination Chamber on Monday Night Raw. Obviously Damien Priest was unsuccessful in the Chamber to get a spot at WrestleMania. But let's see who the other two are going to be here tonight, here in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match to kick off night 2 of WrestleMania. Now, while this is interesting, because I just alluded to it, these two have history, not only in recent months, but all those years ago in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Finn Balor would have nothing more tonight to, revive his career in a way, win the Money in the Bank ladder match, and get some revenge on Andrade on the grandest stage of them all. And we saw Finn Balor on night 1 of WrestleMania join the Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. If you don't want a match spoiled, I recommend you go check that here in a second. I'll give you a few moments to go check out night 1 and the kickoff show to find out the action before seeing what happens there tonight and get some spoilers if it does happen to come up. Well, you've had your warning. And we saw Liv Morgan dethrone Rhea Ripley and become the new Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Obviously, a massive assist from Dirty Dominic Mysterio at ringside, distracting Rhea Ripley. Many occasions, Rhea Ripley hit 2 riptides, but on both occasions, referee was either distracted or just was unable to count the pinfall. And that cost Rhea Ripley in the end. That cost her the championship, and Liv Morgan completed the revenge tour, said to what she was going to do, and take all 3 things that Rhea cares about most away from her. A Judgment Day, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and then the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, Liv Morgan is the new champion at the top of the women's industry. You've got to imagine that Rhea Ripley will be coming back for that one in the near future, though. We'll turn our attention to a member of the Judgment Day who's looking to get his career back on track, with Finn Balor, so like I mentioned, losing to Damien Priest and not really getting the best of Andrade in that feud. Andrade was, one step ahead of it at many occasions. I want to see the final member is going to be in this fatal 4-way ladder match. And there's a lot of history in this one. Finn Balor's caught between a rock and a hard place. Andrade and now Damien Priest in this one.
From New York City,
Well, Damien Priest showing some solidarity for his terror twin of Rhea Ripley there, wearing this jacket out here tonight. So he would have seen Rhea Ripley lose on night one due to the Judgment Day costing her that match, especially Dirty Dom. And well, there's Judgment Day beef, there's Andrade and Finn Balor beef in this one, and a man who could just sneak under the radar and winning the Money Bank Ladder match tonight is Bron Breakker. He's the awkward fourth wheel in this one, I guess you could say. He's got no history of any of these men, but maybe tonight will be the start of that history, and he could beat all three of them, climb the ladder and become Mr. Money in the Bank. Could it be the Punisher or the formerly of the Judgment Day, Damien Priest? Could it be Finn Balor? Could it be Andrade or Bron Breakker, who are going to kick off night two and become Mr. Money in the Bank and have a shot at the title whenever they please? Well, this one's going to be a great one. Andrade, Bron Breakker, Finn Balor and Damien Priest all taking part in this one. Like I said, this is the fatal four-way ladder match. The first person to climb up to that ladder and unhook the briefcase becomes Mr. Money in the Bank, and Bron Breakker there wisely avoiding the attack off Finn Balor. There's Damien Priest teeing off, and Andrade here to start the match off. I had a feeling that Balor was going to go for Damien Priest, but turned attention to Andrade instead. To Bron Breakker instead, and Andrade taken out there by Bron Breakker as Damien Priest gets the first ladder involved in this one. So then into the ring here. This one breaking, now hoists up Andrade and sends it flying across the ring. Then now Finn Balor and Finn Balor and Damien Priest renewing their rivalry here. But Damien Priest with a tombstone slam there, and Bron Breakker with a body slam. Well, now Bron Breakker and Damien Priest are going to do battle here as a spine buster by Breakker. Now taking Finn Balor out, it's Andrade. Turns his attention back to Finn Balor. There's a couple around the ears there, disorientating Bron Breakker as Damien Priest off the ropes there, blocked by Bron Breakker. Impressive strength there by Breakker, sending Damien Priest across the room, but Andrade takes advantage, elbow through the heart, and STO takedown there, and a drop kick there to Damien Priest. And Andrade off the ropes looking for a payday kick, but Damien Priest out of the way. That was wise there from Damien Priest, avoiding a payday kick. Bron Breakker here getting some implements, and Damien Priest there caught with a drop kick to the side of the head there by Finn Balor. Another ladder's put into the ring. Here's our Finn Balor here working on Andrade, but I don't think he realises that Bron Breakker is stalking him, but he's got to go on the attack here to Damien Priest with a huge powerbomb there to Damien Priest. Absolutely takes down Andrade, and Balor now taken out by Bron Breakker. What a matchup this would be, Finn Balor v Bron Breakker, but most likely going to see that in the future at some point. You've got to imagine as Bron Breakker now looking to send a huge chop there across the body. Bron Breakker there is now Damien Priest with that huge part of the plan there, misses the target there somehow, and Finn's could get back for worse for Finn Balor as he luckily avoids that ladder. It's a side for heaven at ringside by Damien Priest. Bron Breakker, and I think I was looking for a double team with Damien Priest, but Damien Priest did not want anything to do with that one. These two inadvertently working together to work out Bron Breakker there. Shades of the former their partnership was Andrade taken out there by Finn Balor. So Finn Balor here teeing away. Super kick there to the midsection of Damien Priest and looking for a forearm, gets it, and once again just throwing huge shots there at Damien Priest. But Priest back to his feet here. There's our Balor here, driving the elbow through the heart there. And a chokehold slam there by Bron Breakker. There's Breakker here, grabs him by the throat, hoists up Finn Balor here, and now looking to drop him down, military press, slam there. As Damien Priest have a kendo stick in this one. Bron Breakker flies in. Caught by Damien Priest, headlock driver to Bron Breakker. See neither man yet to climb the ladder and not been able to get any opportunities in this one to do so. As Priest has some boots to the side of the head of Bron Breakker as Andrade waits for his opportunity and gets it. Andrade fired up here. Bron Breakker. Andrade looking for the hammerlock. DDT as Bron Breakker there, caught by Finn Balor. 19-16 at ringside. Andrade now looking to climb the ladder. Finn Balor needs to get in the ring and stop Andrade from doing so. He's noticed it. Bron Breakker's out cold at ringside after that 1916. And Bron Breakker somehow getting back to his feet here. As Priest sends Andrade crashing to the mat. So Balor again with the elbow through the midsection there. Breakker sending a ladder back into the ring here. It's Damien Priest now. Looking for a South of Heaven here. 2. Finn Balor. He turns right into a spear by Bron Breakker. An emphatic spear by Breakker. So he's now setting up the ladder here. Andrade, however, getting back into the ring. Trying to be taken out there by Bron Breakker, but he couldn't do so. If it wasn't for Andrade, I think Bron Breakker would have just won this matchup. After that spear to Damien Priest. There's that Bron Breakker here. Looking for a a flying bulldog there. It's Balor now. Looking to stop his former Judgment Day brother from climbing the ladder and getting the briefcase. Is now Bron Breakker stopped and distracted by Finn Balor here. What a matchup we've seen so far between these four. It's been a great ladder match. Andrade now and Finn Balor, the only to win the ring. Andrade sending Balor into the corner. Bron Breakker now looking to take advantage of Andrade being distracted. But Damien Priest now looking to get Bron Breakker off the ladder. Bron Breakker pushes him away there. And Breakker now getting down. To deal with Damien Priest, sorry. As Priest now sitting to the corner there. It's Balor now. Fight side of the grapple there by Andrade. Priest takes down Bron Breakker. And the Damien Priest looking for an elevated flatliner there. Now Andrade taken out by Bron Breakker. And whoa, it's just these two in the ring here. As Damien Priest climbing to the top. And Damien Priest, what is he thinking of? Damien Priest looking for a huge neck breaker to Bron Breakker off the top. Risking it all, that's what you've got to do at WrestleMania. As Balor looking for a power driver. Priest stops him. Big back body drop. Now sending Balor off the ropes there. Catches him with a huge flapjack. Andrade now. And Bron Breakker here stopping. Damien Priest winning the matchup here, dragging him off the top. As well, Damien Priest. Huge kick there. Now Bron Breakker snap mid-air to Damien Priest. Well, Bron Breakker again here. Wisely looking to climb, but there's Andrade trying to stop him. Andrade now trying to push him off there. But Bron Breakker gets down. But Balor here. Balor now sensing the opportunity to win this one. Can sort of stop Finn Balor from doing so. Damien Priest and Andrade trying to do so. Balor's on the top. And luckily for the other two, Bron Breakker's back to his feet to win it, or to stop him from winning the matchup. As Bron Breakker now pulls him off the top there. That's caught by Damien Priest. A huge close on, but Balor's going back to the top. Balor trying to win it, but Priest stops him. Andrade back to his feet here. Andrade trying to climb. Priest noticing. Priest just safeguarding the ladder here. Priest looking to just take the ladder down here. Well, if no one can climb it, no one can win it. But caught by Bron Breakker. And while everyone else is down here, Bron Breakker looking to move and win it here. Takes out Andrade with a forearm. Damien Priest are getting back to his feet. Andrade back to his feet though. Breakker with a huge powerbomb. Andrade falls off the ladder. Finn Balor now caught. Now hoisted up by Breakker. Gutbuster. And now Damien Priest looking to utilise the bottle of prime on Bron Breakker there. That's not a comfortable landing there for Bron Breakker. Damien Priest has now been busted open by Andrade with a forearm to the face there. Takes him down. I think Andrade looking to climb here. Finn Balor getting back into the ring. Which one of these four going to be able to win this ladder match and become Mr. Money in the Bank? These four are all fatigued. They barely have anything left in the tank. But now turns attention to Damien Priest. Double foot stomp by Balor. Now back to Bron Breakker it goes. Breakker fires out. Finn Balor ducks it though. Great. Ducked there by Finn Balor. Senses what was coming. Bron Breakker fights out with a grapple here by Finn Balor here. And Breakker here in control of the Prince. What is Bron Breakker thinking of Breakker? Looking for a decapitator to Balor. Andrade sending Bron Breakker off the ropes there. Looking to catch him. Breakker stops him. Breakker take it out. Finn Balor here now looking to take out Damien Priest with a kendo stick. A shot there to Andrade. And throwing it out on the ring there. And we're Bron Breakker. We're cleaning house here. And we'll break a spirit to Balor. Damien Priest getting back to his feet though. But Priest, well, not paying attention here. As Breakker now climbs the ladder. Can Breakker win it and become Mr. Money in the Bank? Yes, he does. And Breakker, wise beyond his age at the end there. Cleaning house, a spear to Balor, keeping him down. But what a ladder match this was to kick off night one of WrestleMania. And Bron Breakker is Mr. Money in the Bank. And well, both champions John Cena, who defeated CM Punk on night one, and well, the winner of the main event later tonight between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, will be pondering when Bron Breakker will come for them. Maybe he'll cash in later tonight in the main event of night two. Or maybe he'll hold off and cash in the future. But Bron Breakker, what a showing this was by all four men. And Bron Breakker took a 1916 at ringside, net breaker off the top of the ladder, and somehow in the end won the matchup. He played the field. He hit a vicious spear right there. And if Damien Priest was paid a bit more attention, maybe he would have won. And Andrade and Damien Priest there unable to stop him from winning. And Bron Breakker is officially Mr. Money in the Bank. And well, after we just saw Bron Breakker become the Mr. Money in the Bank, Dirty Dom's up here. They're trying to dethrone Penta for the Intercontinental Championship, as we saw him on night one help Liv Morgan become become Women's World Heavyweight Champion. That's why you can hear the chorus of boos more than usual for Dirty Dom here tonight, as he helped dethrone Rhea Ripley from the top of the mountain. And the question is, can he win his own championship and bring some more gold to the Judgment Day? But to do so, he's going to defeat the man that defeated Jon Moxley in an Extreme Rules match at Elimination Chamber. That is Penta. This one will be an Extreme Rules match, by the way, due to Dominic Mysterio's involvement on night one. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have both decided, Adam Pearce mainly has decided to make this one an Extreme Rules match to punish Dirty Dom a bit more than what Penta's probably going to do in this one to try and retain his championship. Obviously, Dirty Dom seemed a bit more timid here tonight. Obviously, no one at ringside to help him in an Extreme Rules match. Maybe there was a plan set in action for Liv Morgan to be at ringside, Carlito, maybe JD or Finn Balor. After that ladder match you just saw, he probably wouldn't have been here. Obviously, you just saw Finn Balor lose that ladder match. You saw Liv Morgan win the championship. And well, Dominic Mysterio here tonight. Can he become Intercontinental Champion? The crowd here tonight don't want him to do so. You can see the shirt there hanging from Dirty Dom saying Liv's finally on the top after what she did earlier tonight, celebrating the victory for Liv Morgan. But tonight, would he be celebrating his own victory over Penta? And what a form Penta's been in, it's hard to believe Dominic Mysterio can do so. But in an Extreme Rules match, and with someone like Dirty Dom, anything can happen at the end of the day. And we'll just get Penta right here and get this matchup underway. And well, here comes Penta, El Cero Miedo, the Intercontinental Champion. who tonight is looking to retain that title and leave WrestleMania the Intercontinental Champion. Obviously, to do so, he's got to defeat Dirty Dominic Mysterio to retain it. And the question is, can he do so? Obviously, this one is an Extreme Rules match, so there's going to be most likely blood spurt in this one. There's going to be bruises, there's going to be maybe bones broken in this one. But to win this one, it's a 3 count in the middle of the ring. Can Penta get the Penta driver? Or will Dominic get the 619 into the frog splash and walk out the Intercontinental Champion? Well, Penta's fired up here tonight as usual. Well, let's get this one underway here in a second after the ring introductions are done. And see which one of these two are going to walk out WrestleMania with the Intercontinental Championship. Would it be Penta out of Zero Miedo? Or would it be Dirty Dominic Mysterio? That's the question. And after this match, we turn our attention to the main event of night 2, which will be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. But before we get there, we have this great matchup for you. Penta v Dominic Mysterio. For that championship, you can see right there the tangible over to Alicia Taylor for the ring introductions.
Introducing the challenger from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And his opponent from Mexico City, weighing in at 207 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Pedro Zero M.
And Penta fired up here tonight. So with Penta versus Dominic Mysterio for that championship, you can see right there which one of these two will walk out with it. That's the question. Let's get this matchup underway. This one is Extreme Rules, so anything goes. There will be weapons, there will most likely be blood, like I mentioned before. Well, Penta to win the championship had to defeat John Moxley in an Extreme Rules match, so that goes to show you the level Penta's at currently in the ring. Well, Dominic doesn't seem too phased. No one is about to take on this one in the ring here tonight. Well, let's get this one underway. Penta v Dirty Dom is underway here. But Dominic Mysterio just telling Penta and the crowd to shush there. Well, Penta flexing there. It's Dirty Dominic Mysterio here taking some cheap shots there on Penta to start the matchup off here. And I'm not saying I'm surprised. Stomps there to Penta keeping him down now. So Dominic now. Dominic Mysterio just taking a second to turn the attention to the crowd, but Penta back to his feet as Penta now with a kick there to the leg, and Penta has some repeater kicks there to the chest there. Dominic teaching him a lesson to keep his eyes on the prize here tonight. And Penta have one vicious kick to the side of the head. As Penta has Zero Miedo now in control of the matchup by Penta now. Sling blade, roll through, basement, drop kick. Now looking for a double foot stunt. Dominic Mysterio out of the way though. Dominic would have done his research on Penta before this one. It's a net breaker there, takes on Penta. So like I said, this one is an Extreme Rules match. A snap made by Dirty Dom and a boot across the face there, Penta. A blatant side of disrespect there going after the mask there of the luchador. I see Penta has huge respect for Dominic's father, Rey Mysterio. And see Dominic Mysterio doesn't share the same level of respect for the greatest luchador of all time as Penta now. Stopping Dirty Dom on his tracks there, tried to utilise the bin, or the top of the lid there of the bin. It's Penta now. Caught by Dirty Dom with a kick to the midsection there. And stopping it now. With this lid in hand here. Smashing it over the head there of Penta. And Dominic, I don't think it's done quite there. As Dominic now again just smashed it over the face of the Intercontinental Champion. If I can get my words out, that'd be great. So again, the snap here by Dirty going into the mask again there. And Dominic is saying that this is easy here tonight. I'm not sure how wise it is for Dirty Dom to take his eyes off the prize again here. Well, Penta makes him pay again. It's Penta now. Well, looking for a huge sit out. Well, long blower there. I thought he was going to go for a powerbomb there, but went for a lung blower instead. As Penta with a bin lid in hand there, smashed it over the head of Dirty Dom. The crowd love to see that. It's Penta now. And Dominic down in the corner throws a bin into his face there. Or the lid into his face, I should say. It's Penta now. What's he thinking of? Penta up again. And now again with a lung blower there to Dirty Dom. It's Penta now going to ringside, giving the crowd what they wanted, with a table now being introduced into the matchup here. However, Dirty Dom flying in here with a net breaker again. They're taking down Penta before he could get back into the ring properly there. A cheap shot there by Dirty Dom. Well, Dominic's held his own in this one, you got to say. Obviously, Dominic did have a match for the championship against John Moxley and did show some level of ruthlessness in that one. He did hold his own in the room with John Moxley, but the question is, how much was John Moxley holding off on Dirty Dom? As these two just trading huge shots there. Penta now with Dirty Dom in the corner here. Penta now picking up the table that he brought into the ring here, looking to set it up here, maybe put Dominic Mysterio through the table to try and win the match up here. It's Penta now with the table set up. Dirty Dom blocks whatever Penta was going for there, and Dominic now sending Penta into the corner. That's Dominic now. Maybe looking to send Penta through the table here. Well, Penta set it up, and Penta could be the one going through it here in a second with a huge superplex there by Dirty Dom. I think both men caught some of the table there. Well, Penta would have taken most of it. That's Dominic going top rope since the opportunity here, looking for a frog splash there to Penta. But Penta keeps his title reign alive there. Just about. And Dominic now getting, looking to bring another implement into this one, looking to bring in a steel chair into the ring. And Penta now catches Dirty Dom with a turbo backbreaker. And Penta here, kick to the midsection. Penta looking for the Mexican Destroyer onto the chair. But Dominic is somehow still in this one. Smack kicking out of a Mexican Destroyer onto the chair there. Maybe Penta couldn't really get all of it due to being fatigued. As Penta that kick to the midsection here. Looking to go off the ropes there. Springboard. Arm drag there. And Penta now with some repeated kicks into the face of Dirty Dom here. Just laying him in there was Penta. And Penta's fired up here. And Penta now getting the crowd behind him. Penta now with a steel chair in hand here. But runs into a super kick there by Dirty Dom. Who now has a steel chair in hand. They're going out to the midsection of Penta with a steel chair. That turns the attention there to the legs there of Penta. There's a smart hit from Dirty Dom. And Dominic now just swinging for the fences there on Penta. He's throwing it into the face of Penta there. And Dominic now with the bin lid back in his hand here. Smashing it over the head of Penta. And Penta's got to be on Dream Street now. And Dirty Dom's seeing that this is over here. If another super kick gets it. And Penta's rocked here. And Dominic Mysterio now looking for the 619 here. Can Dominic connect with the 619 to win the Intercontinental Championship here at WrestleMania? Penta blocks it though. Penta, no stranger to that maneuver. He's faced Rey Mysterio in the past. And he knows how to reverse it. It's Penta now. Dominic Mysterio back into the ring there as Penta gets out of the way. Penta with a huge shot. Now Penta again returns to these kicks to the midsection. Repeated kicks here to the chest of Dirty Dom, and now one to the side of the head once again. Penta fired up and flies in here with a huge clothesline. Penta, what's he doing? Penta now getting a second table. Last time he did this, it didn't go to plan for him. But maybe this time it will do so. It's Penta now. Back into the ring. And this time he catches Dominic Mysterio in his act there. Dominic Mysterio once again tried to, get that cheap shot as Penta got into the ring. But able to do so that time. Penta was wise to it. As Penta was code breaking here. I think he just busted Dirty Dom open in the process, there. So Penta now with the table set up here. What in the world is Penta thinking here? As Penta El Zero Miedo setting Dirty Dom on the table here, now smashing his elbow there. As Penta now going to the top. What has Penta got planned here? Penta smashing his own through the table. And Penta now staggers into the cover. But Dirty Dom kicks out. Just about there. Well, Penta asking Dominic to bring it in. Dominic does so with a huge shot there right to the jaw of Penta. As Dominic connects here. And Penta does so. And Dominic connects with Penta blocks. As Penta now asking for Dominic to bring it here. And Dominic is going to oblige. And he's exchanging huge shots in the middle of the ring here. Who will give way though? Who's going to collapse? Well, Penta's super kick. What is Penta doing now? Penta with a light tube in hand. And Dominic is already busted up, and this ain't going to help things as Penta smashes it over the already open wound there. And Penta now going for the wheel, has a drop kick to the midsection, wants to follow through though. And connects with the second drop kick right between the eyes there. Oh, Dominic Mysterio. And Penta getting the crowd behind him. Penta sensing the end of this one maybe here. It's Penta now. Sending Dirty Dom into the corner here. And Penta now setting that lid up there over there in the corner. Penta now looking for the Mexican Destroyer for a second time and gets it. Well, Penta says that this one is over here. And Penta will be looking for the Penta driver here to end this one. Dominic Mysterio is busted up and badly here. A little bit of justice and karma for Dirty Dom as to what he did on night one. And Penta with a Penta drive onto the lid of the bin. And that's got to be it. And Penta retains the Intercontinental Championship here at WrestleMania. His first WrestleMania, and he wins big, defeating Dirty Dom in this one, in which was a great match. Dirty Dominic almost winning it at multiple occasions. But Penta did the crowd a favour by beating Dirty Dom here tonight. And busting up in Dirty Dom in the process as well. I think Penta did that mainly, for his own enjoyment, I guess you could say, and also to win the matchup, but also maybe for some karma for Dirty Dom for what he did to Rhea Ripley on night one and costing Rhea the championship and helping Liv Morgan win it here. But Dominic Mysterio did kick out of this here. A Mexican Destroyer onto the chair. I thought it was on there. But in the end, Dirty Dom kicked out somehow. And after the second Mexican Destroyer here, Penta had Dominic where he wanted him. Set him up over the top of that lid of the bin here. And a Penta driver onto the lid of the bin. There's no give there. Less than it would be on the actual mat of the ring. And that was enough for Penta to retain. Here tonight, let's get into our main event of night two between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And after we just saw Penta retain the Intercontinental Championship, Cody Rhodes is out here to try and win the Undisputed WWE Championship. But to do so, he's going to defeat Roman Reigns as he's a man without a tribe. He's a solo warrior here, I guess you could say tonight. It's him v Rhodes one-on-one, and a Rock on SmackDown promised Cody Rhodes there would be no bloodline interference, that it would just be Cody versus Reigns. And after WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes would be the Rock's champion, whatever that means. We're probably going to find out after WrestleMania if Cody Rhodes can beat Roman Reigns here tonight. That's the first order of business for Cody Rhodes to pin Roman Reigns and finish the story. He didn't win the Royal Rumble. John Cena, who we saw on night one, won the Royal Rumble. So what John Cena did against CM Punk to win the World Heavyweight Championship. I recommend you go back and check out the kickoff show on night one of WrestleMania. We'll come here to the main event on night two, and where you can feel the big fight feel in the air. You can feel the tension building in the fans here tonight. We're seeing Cody Rhodes possibly, finally, finish the story. Obviously at WrestleMania 39, he was screwed out the championship by Solo Sikoa. But this year, Solo isn't alongside Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is by himself. He was kicked at the bloodline. Solo Sikoa beat him to become the tribal chief. And well, The Rock promised that no one's going to get involved in this one. Whether you can believe The Rock, that's up to you. But I have a feeling The Rock is going to be man of his word here tonight. And it will just be Reigns versus Rhodes, because he wants Roman Reigns to lose everything. He stopped him from being the tribal chief. He stripped him of that title. He tried to get Solo to take the Undisputed Championship as well, but Solo was unsuccessful in doing so. But tonight, we're in the main event of WrestleMania 40. Can the OTC, the original tribal chief, retain that title around his waist and leave here the Undisputed Champion contender with his 1,000 plus day reign, or will Cody Rhodes finally finish the story and win the prestigious title that his father once held, that was then taken away from him? And what the crowd here tonight would nothing more to see Rhodes finish the story. Roman Reigns, like Cody Rhodes said to him on SmackDown, people are saying that Reigns without a bloodline is weaker than he's ever been. But in the eyes of Cody Rhodes, that makes Roman Reigns more dangerous than he's ever been, more desperate than he's ever been. You put his back against the wall, Roman Reigns is going to come out fighting. A wounded lion is still a lion at the end of the day. And when push comes to shove, kill or be killed, a lion tends to come out on top in those situations. But can that be the case for this man here tonight? Walking into another WrestleMania main event, a champion. But can he leave another WrestleMania the champion? That's the question. Headed into a new era of WWE. We will have a new champion like we're seeing. Multiple titles change hands here tonight at WrestleMania. On night one and night two, as the Penta retain the IC Championship. And we had so many great matches here tonight. Obviously, Bron Breakker winning in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, so he's going to have an eye on this one. Maybe he could cash in at the end of this one. These are going to leave everything they've got in the ring to win that championship. To either walk out the champion, retaining it, or walk out a new champion in Cody Rhodes' sake. Bron Breakker could be coming out in while Roman Reigns looking to his left there, reminding himself of the wise man and everything that he's lost on the road to getting here. So the wise man is at home recovering. He went to SmackDown to say that he's worried for Roman Reigns, as it after being put through a table by Jacob Fatu a few weeks ago. The wise man is out injured and he's at home recovering on orders of the tribal chief. But he appeared on SmackDown to tell Reigns backstage that he's worried that Reigns is going to lose that championship. He doesn't want to see his tribal chief, well, lose everything. Because he's lost the tribal chief name. He doesn't have the Uda father. He doesn't have the tribe. And well, like Cody Rhodes said in the build-up to WrestleMania 39, soon Reigns would have been a man without a tribe, and that is the case here. He still has the title, but how long can he hold on to that for by himself? He came so close to losing it. In the Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood against Solo Sikoa, he was milliseconds away from being pinned for that title, but he dug down deep in the end and found an extra gear somehow in that one to win that match. And then Elimination Chamber, he was pinned by Solo. He was left in a pool of his own blood, beaten, battered and bruised, and was able to win back the Ula Fowler and become the tribal chief again. Solo left with that. So Solo right now is a tribal chief. Reigns is the undisputed champion. But like I keep saying, will Reigns lose it all here tonight? And will Cody Rhodes finally finish his story and open up a new chapter in a way of a different book? And with this one, you can feel, like I said, the big fight feel here tonight. A tension looming in the air tonight in Philadelphia. That title on the line. We'll hand you over to Mike Roman in a second for the official ring introductions for this one. And then this one will be underway. Rhodes versus Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. It's for 1-4 and a one-on-one match.
Introducing the challenger from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the Undisputed WWE Champion, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
And well, this one's about to underway here in a few seconds after the title's handed over to the referee here tonight, who I believe is going to be Rod Zapata for this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is Rod Zapata refereeing this one. Reigns hands it over, maybe for the final time. And Cody Rhodes is his second shot at that title. See, last year was screwed out of it. This time, in a one-on-one, no bloodline, can Reigns defeat Rhodes? Reigns said on SmackDown that after tonight, he's going to prove that Rhodes is underneath Roman Reigns. He doesn't deserve to be the champion. He's going to prove that he is better doing Cody Rhodes at the end of the day. My Rhodes and Reigns is on the way here. And with these two locking horns to start the match up off here. Which one of these are going to get better? This exchange, both men battling for a test of strength, and Reigns pushes Rhodes away there. And that's Cody Rhodes to bring it now. Like I said, you can feel the big fight feel in the air. This has been many years in the making as Reigns now pushed onto the ropes by Cody Rhodes. Russell Patter, the referee, breaking these two up here. And Cody now asking Reigns to bring it as he's to lock up again here. Neither man wins it though. These two now deciding to exchange strikes here. As Reigns now sending Rhodes off the ropes here, looking for a Samoan drop there. Rhodes out of the way though. So these two went to battle a year ago. They know each other so well inside the ring. They would have studied the tape. They would have been watching each other in the past year and how they can get better at beating one another. See, Rhodes wants to conquer his own demons of last year when he was left in the ring with that rubber chicken, despair on his face after losing the biggest match of his career. Tonight he wants to leave WrestleMania with the championship that means so much to his family, that means so much to him. As Reigns now kicked to the midsection here, looking for a well-placed shot right between the eyes of Cody Rhodes there. And Reigns now, whoa, a message there of defiance there to The Rock, maybe asking acknowledgement still, even though he isn't the tribal chief. You can imagine that Reigns in the near future is going to be coming back for that title of the Ula Fowler and the title of being the tribal chief from Solo Sikoa, and maybe The Rock as well. I want a bit of revenge as these two are just throwing haymakers in the early goings of this one as Reigns drops Rhodes there. And Rhodes now into the Grand Pan, and Cody Rhodes might have busted him open there. And Rhodes here being beaten into the Grand by Roman Reigns with a Grand Pound here. As Roman now, you can see the buzz pouring from the face from Cody Rhodes there, hoisted up by Reigns here. Cody slips at the back. Cody now, kick to the midsection, kick to the face. Now Rhodes now sending Reigns into the corner. Rhodes now stomping away in the midsection here. So Rhodes fighting with everything that he's got here tonight. After losing last year, he doesn't want to leave this year's WrestleMania the same fate as last time. Been lost by a huge maneuver there, shades of his brother there. But Reigns takes that attitude there. Going to take more than that to put down the OTC, the Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns. As Reigns now kick to the face there of Cody Rhodes. Rocking Rhodes, there's Reigns now. With Rhodes up on top of his shoulders once again here. Rhodes now fighting out again with some elbows to the face this time though. Breaks the hold here. And Rhodes now. Kick to the face again there. Rhodes this time they're not sending Reigns into corner. Looking to hoist Reigns up here. Lift him up with an inverted DDT there. And Rhodes is on fire in this one here. Like I said, Rhodes is fighting with everything he's got. Looking to conquer the demons of last year. But he left the loser in this contest. And Reigns here out on ringside. That's what he want to be with Cody Rhodes. When Cody Rhodes is this fired up on the grandest stage of the world, Cody Rhodes is going to risk everything to walk out a champion. As Rhodes now cutting Reigns back to his feet. Rhodes looking for a second time here to go for a suicide dive here at ringside. Rhodes now with a second suicide dive here to Reigns. And Rhodes cutting Reigns to her feet maybe for a third time. I think he realizes that Reigns is a little bit too close for him to go for it. So Rhodes here, kick to the face of Roman Reigns. Now looking to springboard off the ropes with a moonsault to ringside. Having to innovate there, having to switch the plan, but Cody Rhodes did what was necessary. And Rhodes now putting Reigns to his feet, looking to maybe put this one away. As Rhodes now looking for a pedigree in the middle of the ring here. Rhodes pedigree to Reigns. But Reigns kicks out to keep his title reign alive there. Cody hitting one of his best shots there, but it wasn't enough to put down Roman Reigns. As Reigns now, well, dodges the jabs there. A jab there, sorry, who's spear? Out of desperation to Cody Rhodes. But Rhodes is still in it just about. And Reigns can't believe it. Reigns thought it was over. The crowd maybe tonight thought it was over. But anyone that knew it wasn't over is Cody Rhodes. That's what Reigns here. Screaming, this is what you wanted, Rhodes. This is your moment. Are you going to take it or are you going to let it slip? Punch to the face or again. As Cody now defiantly crawling over to the corner there. As Reigns now like a lion stalking his prey here. Reigns caught by Rhodes though. And Rhodes now once again stomping away on Roman Reigns in the corner. As Reigns going to ringside again here, but Cody after Rhodes here, looking to fly up and over the top. But Reigns out of the way there. Now Reigns, net breaker. Now ringside. And Rhodes now after crashing and landing hard there on the mat, sent back into the ring here. As Reigns now picking Rhodes to his feet. And now looking for a chokehold, looking for the correct lock. It's Roman Reigns there to put Cody Rhodes away. Making pass out of the grand decision more here. Can Cody Rhodes find a way out of this one? He does so. Punches in midsection, breaks the hold door Reigns. Punch blocked there by Reigns, so headbutt there by the OTC. And now Reigns throwing Rhodes into the corner here. But Reigns fighting out there. Rhodes now swinging for the fences here. But again, Reigns blocks it. And Reigns now, this time, inadvertently crashes into the referee. There was Cody Rhodes as Rhodes now back to his feet. I don't think he realized the referee is down. Cross Rhodes to Reigns to win the championship. The referee is down though. 1, 2, 3. It would have been over. But the referee is what was done, and Cody Rhodes realising that. And Reigns now running in, headbutt there to Rhodes. And Reigns now, like I said, like a lion stalking his prey here to retain the championship. Reigns here looking for his biggest shot here. Looking to fly him, but Rhodes out the corner. I think Reigns out thinking for that Superman punch into the spear combination there. But Rhodes fighters out. Rhodes saw it coming. But Reigns again there. Hits him with that huge knee into the midsection. Rhodes is bleeding bad here. The referee obviously can't stop it. It's a main event of WrestleMania. As Reigns now sends Rhodes into the corner. Reigns now looking to put this one away. Superman punch. Ducks the clothesline. Spear. To end it and retain the championship. But Rhodes again kicks out. Well, Reigns backing up here. As Reigns now. Superman punch. Rhodes out the way. And Rhodes now looking for a second pedigree here to Roman Reigns. And Cody now. See the blood pouring from his face. Cody now with a disaster kick, busting Reigns open. And how does Cody still have energy left? There's Cody now. What is Cody thinking here? It's Cody Rhodes now running in. Looking for a cross. Rhodes here. Is that enough? But somehow. And Cody, seeing that was a free, it was very close to being a free count. That's for sure. But somehow it wasn't. Reigns takes a cheap shot. And Reigns now. Reigns running in. Caught by Rhodes with a hip toss there. I think Reigns was thinking for a spear, but Rhodes with a smart reversal there. As you see now, in the middle of the ring here, exchanging huge shots. This is what it means to both men to be called the undisputed champion. Both men are bleeding badly here. As Rhodes now with some huge shots here. And Rhodes asking for more from Reigns. And Reigns asking for more from Rhodes. As Cody, again with that kick there. Reigns fights out with a back elbow. Reigns looking for a back suplex, drops him down there across the back of the neck. And Rhodes rolling to ringside. And Reigns here, off the ropes, going up and over the top here. And this one could be on its way to being over. It could be a nightmare ending for the American Nightmare here tonight. As Reigns now back into the ring, stalking Cody Rhodes once again here. As Reigns are looking for the Superman punch here. But Cody out the way, somehow. And Cody again, looking for a pedigree. And Cody here, getting Reigns to his feet. And Cody now, but Reigns, a snapper out of desperation there. And again, these two just exchanging shots here. But Reigns has no answer here for Rhodes. Reigns is spent. Rhodes now off the ropes here. Snap, power slam. Rhodes is fired up. Look at the bruising. Look at the blood. And Cody now calling Reigns to his feet here. And Cody saying that this one is over. Here in a few seconds. Maybe here it will be. As Rhodes now hooks Reigns. One crossroads. A second. And a third. To finish the story. And Rhodes has done it, has achieved the American dream. The dream of Dusty Rhodes, the dream of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And has won the Undisputed WWE Championship. What a matchup this was. Reigns momentarily at the end there. Went for something big. Hit that snapmare. I think was looking to look at a submission hold afterwards. But Reigns unable to do so. Rhodes with a counter. Hit another pedigree. And I thought this was over here. After this spear, I thought that was it. But Rhodes somehow kicked out. And Rhodes with 3 pedigrees in this one. Dug down deep. And found the answer. He hit 3 crossroads in a row. After this pedigree right here. And was won the Undisputed Championship in the main event in WrestleMania 40. But the question is now, what does The Rock mean by Cody Rhodes being his champion? The Rock kept his promise, no bloodline interference. And Reigns loses everything. But Rhodes wins it all. Well, what a way to end WrestleMania 40. You can see what it means to Cody Rhodes. what it means to these fans here tonight. We'll see you at Monday Night Raw. And like I said, what a way to end WrestleMania.